Next, a couple of cards is Six Samurai, and obviously one of them is the synchro monster Shien. Now, I've played against this card and it's a pain in the neck. 1 isn't too bad because you can get around it. 2 is a nightmare. 3 is just lockdown, in my opinion. Being able to negate effects of spells in that once per turn. So if you had 3 on the field, you'd have to waste up to 4 or 5 cards just trying to get around these monsters, unless you've got monsters with power attack, which isn't too bad. But if you really desperately need to get rid of them, like with a dark hole, it wouldn't work. You'd have to waste at least 4 or more cards before that before you could use a dark hole. So I don't think they'll ban it because it's the only synchro for the Six Samurai. It could possibly be semied, which would still make it difficult to get round, but it could also be limited, which means it's not as bad. But semied is possibly more likely, which means it would still be a pain in the neck, but it can still easily be getting around anyway. Next card is Six Sam United, which is the draw power for the Six Samurais. Now, Gateway of the Six is already limited, which is understandable. This could be semied. As far as I'm aware, it's not on the list. It could be semied or even limited itself because of the draw power, and especially if they're going to run Pot of Duality in that in the deck. Six Samurai does rely on special summoning that as well, but Pot of Duality is often used in combo with that card sometimes. And with 3 Six Sam United, you're drawing 6 or more cards, which is quite a big amount, plus any other draw cards you might throw in there, like card destruction and that. Possibly semied. I highly doubt limited, might be, but I would probably say maybe semi, depending. Next 2 cards are quite a killer for a certain combo that will be coming out very soon, hopefully. Tech Genis Hyper Librarian. A level 5 monster that lets you draw a card each time you synchro. Or special summon, I think it is actually. This and Formula Synchron, which lets you draw a card once you're summoned. These are used in combo for the 1 FTK or OTK that is really widely used in Japan at the moment, and that's shooting Quasar Dragon. Now, Quasar Dragon isn't available over here yet, and it's the yet that worries me, because this is the most common combo to get it out, and it's so easy to synchro into these. I mean, the Hyper Librarian is a level 5, Formula Synchron is a level 2, so you can see where I'm coming from. Even if Tech Genis Hyper Librarian was semied and Formula was limited or semied, you could still get that combo with the shooting Quasar out, no problem. If it's limited, if both cards are, if Hyper Librarian is limited though and Formula Synchron is semied, then that's not too much of a problem, because it means they would have to rely on other cards to synchro into, and you don't get massive draw power for it. However, the Formula Synchron and Librarian are still ridiculously hard to get, I believe. I mean, I was very lucky to get 1 Formula Synchron for myself, thanks to trading that. But even though these 2 cards are really, really difficult to get, but so easy to use and abuse that they possibly could get hit by the ban list. As I said, either both semied or TC or Librarians limited and Formula semied. I mean, that's what I think roughly. And now I'm just going to talk about some cards that I was looking on the ban list that could either yo-yo or come off the list in that. And the first is, this card got a reprint in Gold Series 4. Now, from past experience, when cards often get reprints, it means they could come off the ban list, and the one I'm talking about is the Blackluster Shoulder Envoy of the Beginning. Now, this card has been out of print since Invasion of Chaos went out of print. It's ridiculously hard to get, but very easy to summon, and the fact that it's reprinted in a booster pack, which means it's relatively easy to get now, to me makes me suspicious that it could come off the ban list, because it's basically got a Chaos Sorcerer effect, which is okay. Its ability to attack twice that was dangerous several years ago. It's not so dangerous now because we've got so many cards to negate that kind of thing that it's not as dangerous as the Dragon Cousin and Envoy of the End, which will never come off the ban list, I believe, because it's just too broken and too dangerous. So possibly it could come off the ban list. If it does, I'll be very surprised. And if not, then oh well. It was probably just reprinted for a collector thing. Oh well. Other cards that could come off the ban list is Magician of Faith. Now, yes, it was abusable several years ago, but in today's format, it's deemed as too slow, especially if we've only got one Book of Moon in that. Unfortunately, it could be unlikely because there's still very many powerful spells for deck types in that could be easily abused with this card, but it could come off because, as I said, it's considered too slow in today's format. You have to set her before you can use her ability, and if people use things like Nobleman of Crossout or something on it, which are still quite popular, it'll be too hard to get rid of her, really. And the other card is Dark Magician of Chaos. Again, it would be considered too slow in today's format, which means it could come off the ban list, and it's removed from play if it's removed from the field. And since we don't have very many cards to return cards from play back to hand in that nowadays, I mean, we've only got like one burial, one return, DD reincarnation, which has got cost to it anyway. I don't think this. It could come off the ban list. I would like to see it come off the ban list because it's it's like the Magician of Black Chaos, but an effect monster obviously. But I mean, we don't know. Now, Chaos Sorcerer. I don't know why Konami let that go at 3. I really hate this card. I don't like to use too many remove from play cards if I can. But I really hate Chaos Sorcerer because he's a semi-Nomi, which means if you special summon him correctly the first time, he can be Monster Reborn or Call of the Haunted afterwards, because it doesn't say you can't summon it except, and except means it's Nomi in the text. This could possibly go back on the ban list at semi or limited, I think, just because most decks have a relatively okay amount of light and dark monsters and can easily use this, and it's a special summon as well, so you can summon 2 or more of these in one turn and use their effects like crazy, which is ridiculous in my opinion. So I really hope that goes back on the ban list, basically, so don't hate me for that. Right, classic yo-yo card is Monster Reborn. It's very possible it could be banned again, because with all the cards that I've mentioned, like Brionac Dandelion, Debris Dragon, Reborn Tengu, Hyper Librarian, Formula Synchron, Lone Fire Blossom, Chaos Sorcerer itself and that, it's too easy to nick your opponent's cards and use it against them, basically, or reborn and top this card and revive one of your own monsters and literally win the game with it. It's very possible it could get banned and we'll just be left with a Call of the Haunted to use again. That's what I think anyway. Dark Hole. Now, we've already got lots of mass destruction format. A lot of people are saying it probably won't go off because it is negatable, and it can set up for OTKs and that as well if you use it in combo with a Giant Trunade, which is fair enough. I honestly don't know about this card. It could get banned again because we've already got 3 Black Rose Dragon, 3 Lightning Vortex, and we've got 3 Demise in that if you use that kind of card and things like that. It's very possible, but we don't know. I honestly don't know. So I'm thinking it will either stay limited or go on the ban, or go banned. Depends. And the very last card to talk about is Black Rose Dragon. I think she could get hit by the ban list again because she's already at 3, and her secondary ability can be widely used in plant decks and that, which is kind of nasty. And the most common combo to get her out is Debris Dragon and Dandelion, or Debris Dragon and the Lone Flower Blossom, which is level 3 I believe. So yeah, she's easy to synchro out and easy to reset the field for any other combos that you might have to do in that turn, especially if it's via special summon in that. So she could go back to Semi or Limited. If she doesn't get touched by the ban list, I wouldn't be too surprised really, because with all the OTKs in that, I think you'd want to have a lot of damage stuff that clears the field so you don't get OTK'd in that. But if she does get hit with the ban list, possibly Semi or even Limited. So yeah. Anyway, that is the whole list. I hope you guys enjoyed that, regardless that I'm not feeling too good, unfortunately. That's my thoughts and predictions and opinions on ban list and that. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you later. Bye.